A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic turn of events late Friday night, the U.S. Supreme Court issued a temporary block on the Trump administration's efforts to deport a group of Venezuelan nationals, many of whom are alleged members of the violent Tren de Aragua gang. This decision comes on the heels of an emergency appeal filed by the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, which raised concerns about the legality of the deportations under the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. The ACLU's intervention was prompted by reports that individuals were being prepared for immediate removal from the Bluebonnet Detention Center in Texas, raising alarms about due process and the rights of detainees. The Supreme Court's signed order effectively pauses the deportations while the case is under review by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. The ACLU argued that the government had failed to provide adequate notice and time for detainees to contest their removal, with claims that notices were only given in English and did not explain the process for legal recourse. In a statement, the ACLU emphasized the urgency of the situation, noting that individuals were reportedly loaded onto buses for deportation without proper legal procedures being followed. The court's decision did not outright grant or deny the ACLU's application but placed a hold on the deportations, impacting those currently detained in the Northern District of Texas. Dissenting from the majority ruling were Justices Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito, who expressed strong opposition to the court's order. The order invited the Solicitor General to respond to the application once the Fifth Circuit acts, emphasizing that the government must refrain from removing any members of the detainee class until further notice from the court. U.S. Solicitor General D. John Sauer, representing the Trump administration, criticized the ACLU's legal strategy, labeling it as dangerous and unserious. Sauer contended that the Supreme Court should not be the first to review a case that has not been properly evaluated by lower courts, describing the ACLU's actions as fatally premature. He also noted that the government had already agreed not to deport the named petitioners until their habeas corpus petitions were resolved, countering claims of irreparable harm. Furthermore, Sauer argued that the ACLU's attempt to certify a class of detainees was manifestly improper, as the petitioners claimed not to be members of the Tren de Aragua gang, undermining their ability to represent others. He defended the administration's process, asserting that detainees had been given adequate notice in time to file legal challenges, and that deportations had been paused for those who filed habeas petitions. The Trump administration's efforts to deport alleged members of the Tren de Aragua gang have been controversial, with the group designated as a foreign terrorist organization by the Department of State. The administration has released rap sheets and photos of alleged gang members detained in Texas, highlighting their criminal backgrounds and involvement in violent activities. Among those detained are individuals facing serious charges, including aggravated assault, drug possession, and theft. The Supreme Court's ruling has significant implications for the future of immigration enforcement and the rights of detainees, as the legal battle continues to unfold. With the ACLU's case currently under review and the Fifth Circuit expected to take action soon, the fate of these Venezuelan nationals remains uncertain as they await further developments in the ongoing legal proceedings. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.